okay. So made the hole, kind of filed down the edges a little bit. Not too concerned with how it looks, as long as there's nothing to snag on any cables. I think that should work. Now we'll put the drive in. That looks good now. I'm going to hold it back just slightly so that there's no problem with the edge of the connector hitting the hole that I cut out. This will mount into the drive tray the same way the old drives did. Spread this further. So my intention is to use these two IDE drives, I believe I mentioned already, just to back up my data locally. It'll be in the same machine. And then I'll back it up again to a storage server somewhere else. Because after the hundreds of hours you put into making something, you don't want to lose it just for a drive failing. So I have two backups of everything. That seems to look good. See how it works sliding into the tray here. Yeah. So it doesn't lock in as firmly as it used to. Let's see if we put the lid on, that'll help. Tighten it up a little, and then lastly we'll take a key and lock it in. Feels fairly secure. I don't think it's going to vibrate or make any trouble in there. That is what these trays were designed for, after all. I've gone ahead and done that to the second drive, same thing. Cut a hole, so this will give me 2 terabytes of backup in the computer itself. This slides in, fits. You take the key and turn it to lock it in. So those 2 drives are now ready to mount into the 5 1/4 inch drive bay at the front of the computer case that I am retasking. Try to get that set up and give you a look. Okay, UPS just came and I have a lot of the parts in now for the new studio computer build. This DVD writer will go into the same bay, the same 3-bay opening at the front of the server case with these 2 modified trays that I just worked up. DVD readers are really inexpensive now. Of course, it's the way you're going to get your software installed, and this is a writer. I do occasionally have to write test CDs in the studio, so nothing really outstanding about this particular model. It's the Asus DVD writer DRW24B3ST. It's a SATA connector. My new motherboard has 14 SATA connectors, so I think that's definitely the way I want to go with all the components. Looks good. It's a box in a box. really nothing to comment on here. It's about as simple a device as you can get these days. It comes with some software, a DVD suite probably for making movies, etc. I probably will not put that in. I don't like to put any software in my computer that I don't have to. I'll just use a generic driver and this will get tossed. So I'll try to mount this and these into the front of the server case, and then I'll start it up again. Show you how that looks. Okay, now I'm going to pull this drive bay opening out so I can load the 2 drive trays and the DVD writer into it. It's been a long time since I was in here, so I'm not really sure exactly how it comes apart or goes back together, but it should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, the whole thing just comes right out. You can see there's also a side mounted tray. This is where one of the, on the side here is where I'm going to mount one of the solid state drives. There's another slot like that here for the second solid state drive. And I hope I have the appropriate adapter hardware to make it go from the SSD drive size to this 3.5-inch slot. Let's move this out. I'm not sure exactly how far back this should fit to work in the server case properly, so quickly sit it back in there, have a look. Okay, you push this tray all the way back in. You can see here on the side there's a stop built into the case, so just slide it all the way back. That's where it wants to be. And the holes do line up properly on the side for that. So start mounting these. They fit pretty tight in there, which is good. Don't want any vibrating noises coming from the case, even though it will be in a different room. Solid is good. Before I finish screwing these in, I'll go ahead and make sure everything's going to fit. There's 2. Somewhere there's another fan cable. Yes. Looks like it might be difficult to get to these connectors for the drives, so I don't think I'm going to screw these in yet. Looks like I might have to take them back out to be able to get the connections made. So we'll just check everything for fit. Yeah, that's going to be a bit tedious getting in there to hook that connector up to the drive, so I believe I will just throw one screw in to make sure it stays in. Until I start to connect it. And then lastly, the DVD burner reader. Takes up the top slot, push it all the way back. And that will not have any issues connecting. So we can go ahead and mount it. And here's the way this assembly fits back in. Show you how it looks from the front of the computer. There we are so far.